If there's one thing that I'm a little bit addicted to, it's tissue paper.
Oh, I love it.
It calls my name in the store, and I often buy it, and I have so much of it, and I use it for wrapping presents, but sometimes, actually often, as Christy is going to show us, you can put tissue paper together with all kinds of things to create scrapbooking embellishments. And Christy's going to show us how to use tissue paper along with a die cut from Stampin' Up, and I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, we're going to create these beautiful butterflies.
These butterflies are stunning.
Thanks.
Katarina actually thought they were real. She did. That's how real they look right on this page right here.
There you go. They could just fly right off.
They could. Okay, Christy, get started. Tell us what you used on there.
Okay, so I'm going to start with the Stampin' Up cardstock again, right? The smooth cardstock.
Okay.
I use a lot of this. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to do a little bit about how I use stamps to create a mat underneath my photo.
Okay.
Instead of an actual mat.
You know, it's important for people to know at home, actually, that your background is all created. It's just Stampin' Ink on this right here, right? Yeah.
We just start with plain white paper.
Cardstock, you bet. Okay.
In fact, there is only cardstock in this layout.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so one of the first tricks that I like to do when I'm creating a stamp mat is you can see there's a little tiny pencil line here. I don't know if you can see that.
Yes, I can see it very well.
What I've done is I've just traced my photo where I want to put it with that little pencil line. Then
before you stamp
Before I
anything,
stamped.
okay, that is a very good trick.
That lets me know where I'm going to put my stamps and that they're going to show out from underneath my photo.
They're going to peek out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good trick, good trick.
So I just used some Stampin' Up Old Olive. This is one that I've had for ever and ever and ever.
It's a
Still
classic
works
color.
great.
I think it's one of the first colors I bought from Stampin' Up.
Absolutely. And then I used this one, which is a newer set. It's called
Kinda Electric?
Eclectic.
Eclectic. See, I can't
It's
even.
electric too, though. It really is.
It's electric, it's eclectic, and I'll stop talking, and you start stamping, and we're good to go.
There you go. I'll let you stamp. Do you want to stamp?
Oh, I do. Yes,
Yeah,
of course
absolutely.
I do.
So whenever you're loading a stamp, you should always lay your stamp flat on a surface. That's okay. It just hadn't stuck
Yeah,
down.
it hadn't stuck yet.
That's
okay.
all good. And always put ink to the stamp. Never put stamp to your ink.
And why, Christy?
Because then you're just hitting the top surface of the stamp. So you're going to get a much nicer print than if you had done it the other way.
I always thought that if you pushed it into the stamp pad that you also got ink into all of the crevices.
Yeah, but you don't want that.
You don't
that's
want
how
that.
you get a mookie
That's why you
finish.
want to go this way.
And that's a technical term too, mookie.
Mookie finish.
Yep.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so just tap that right along the top of the stamp.
Okay. I feel like
You
I'm
can tap
going
a
to
little
get.
harder.
I feel like I'm going to be
Beautiful.
beautiful.
Okay.
And it's still kind of not stuck.
It is, but we'll just let it
Okay.
work. Okay, and then we're just going to flip it over.
Where do you want it?
And you could just put it anywhere.
Anywhere?
Yeah.
Oh, Christy.
Okay, well, sometimes that happens.
Actually,
so if you don't
Christy
have a
doesn't
block,
use. Actually, I'm surprised you have an acrylic block right now. Christy usually
I don't
doesn't
use a block.
She uses her fingers.
and I'll here
So
I
I'm
can
glad
show
that
you why.
happened. So now you can see.
Okay, so we're going to put this right on the paper, and I like to squish it right in. But if you don't use a block, you can do this thing I call peeking. And you could peek to make sure that your image is good. And because you've held it in place, if it's not, you can push it back down. And then it gives you a little cheat.
Good.
But lots of girls like the block because of the handle, right?
Right.
It makes it much easier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so
that's
now
how
what?
we created our background.
Good
Pretty
job on
simple?
saving my
Okay, I'm going to put it aside
stamp
here.
job I did there. Okay,
And
next.
now we're going to make the beautiful, beautiful butterflies that we have here. And I've cut 2 sizes. And I've used this great die from Stampin' Up as well.
Cut it out with the Big Shot.
Cut it out with the Big Shot.
Actually, that is a stunning die.
It is. It's so, here it is cut. And all I've cut this with is just the basic Stampin' Up black cardstock.
Okay.
Nothing too fancy.
Now the tissue paper's coming out. The tissue paper's coming out.
And tissue paper. Now,
Any particular brand of tissue paper?
No.
Doesn't matter. Anything.
the dollar store.
Yeah.
You'll notice that this one here, see, I just picked this up at my local probably Dollarama or Dollar Store or any of those ones. And then to make the butterfly have colors, because a plain color butterfly is boring, what I've done is I've taken this great stamp called Dotty Angles, okay, and I've stamped just with dye ink right onto the tissue paper. Okay, and I don't worry about it being perfect or anything, because by the time we're done, we're not going to see any of that pattern.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm going to take some gel medium.
Okay.
So gel medium is basically glue.
Okay.
Okay? I'm going to let you do it. And what I'm going to have you do is just brush it all over the
So
butterfly.
you just gunk it in.
Just stick the brush in and brush it all over the butterfly.
Okay. I'm just going to move that over there. So this is like, why can't we use like a white adhesive, like a liquid adhesive? Is there a difference?
Because it dries too quickly.
Okay.
Okay, and the other thing that you'll find, and then it'll just make a huge, huge mess. So you could use like a white glue. If you live in a really humid place, then you're probably good, but...
How's that? Did I do it
But
good?
most of Canada's pretty dry.
Okay.
So
basically,
the gel medium works better.
takes longer to dry.
Yeah.
Okay. And it dries clear?
It dries completely clear.
Okay.
And matte.
Oh,
because
you
we're
wanted
using a
it
matte.
to leave it down.
We want to leave
Sorry,
it down.
Christy,
That's
I didn't
okay.
know.
Then we're going to take this. We're going to use that again, so don't take it too far.
Okay, back it comes.
We're going to put this right over top. Okay.
And does it matter what side? You just, it's because it's totally
Whichever
goes
side
through
works
anyway.
best.
Okay.
So we're going to put it right over top. Okay, and then we're going to flip it over. I'm going to have you put another coat of gel medium. What this does is it increases the translucency of the tissue paper as well, which is what gives you that beautiful kind of realistic shimmery butterfly.
Stained glass.
Exactly.
The stained glass effect. Oh, wow, my brain is just turning with the things that you could do with
And you want to go over the whole butterfly.
Oh, and I just wrecked
Oh,
part of it.
you didn't wreck anything. It's totally forgiving, so.
Go over the whole butterfly.
Over the whole butterfly.
Oh my gosh. Are you sure this is going to work?
Oh, I promise this is going to work.
Okay.
Tissue paper rips and stuff when it's wet, but once the glue dries, it's actually harder and harder to rip than paper. Now, by the magic of TV, I have this one that I did earlier.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, and then you're just going to take your scissors and cut it out.
Oh. And did you, did you go right to the?
I went right to the edge.
Okay. How come I'm doing all the work, Christy? You're putting me to work.
Because I'm smart.
So we just go ahead and cut her out.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, so then once this is done, I like to make my butterflies a little 3D. So I'm just going to bend up the leaf like that on one side of the body and bend up the leaf on the other side of the body. And then you can just glue it to your page.
Did you put any, you don't have any adhesive, like any, or you could use some of the 3D foam squares if you wanted to underneath there.
If you're worried about it getting squished in your book, you could absolutely put that in there. But I just glued the base of the body and stuck it right down, right on the layout.
Very nice.
Then I just finished it off with this great larger-than-life alphabet. And this die cut is also a Stampin' Up! Die cut. The little happy that's on here is this Hello Thinlet set.
Oh yeah, that's pretty. That's, you know what, the detail of the dies are
so
phenomenal
beautiful.
that are out there today.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, Christy, tissue paper, gel, medium, this was fabulous. I had a lot of fun. Thank
Thanks.
you.
I had fun too.